So I watched this movie called, and apparently it's one of the most popular pregnancy books. I've never heard of it, obviously. I have no personal experience of it, to say the least, and nor do I. Anyway, let's just keep it at that. I just do not. Yeah? But I mean, I suppose one can wonder though whether you know uh, people do not enjoy it mostly because of that, because of no experience, possibly. But I guess one can also argue about how and why one doesn't. I mean, it's supposed to be a comedy, but also a bit of drama. So yeah, this is called what to expect when you're expecting, and the drama is just too much, so too dramatic. I mean, it does mostly try to be a comedy, but to have a miscarriage in the middle of it is just it just defeats it, right? I mean, last time I watched a miscarriage in a movie, it was a horror movie because of course it is more of a horror thing than a it just doesn't fit at all, in a comedy movie. It's supposed to be a bit of drama, and I suppose it fits in that sense, but it doesn't fit in a comedy movie in this sense. I mean, I can see where they're trying to come with it, sort of, touch, they're really trying to cover all the experiences possible. Then again, saying that, they covered adopting as well, which isn't technically a pregnancy, it's a more of a legal process, I suppose. But essentially, I mean, it wasn't so much about childhood or just mostly about. So anyway, in terms of the comedy though itself, yeah, very lackluster. I think that's the word. Lukewarm at best. And I mean, just well, I don't know what they're trying to do. Honestly, though, um, uh, it's one of those things, like in the chop, which has the worst pun ever. I mean, I don't know what they were trying to do there, and and that child just constantly falling. There was only one funny moment with the child when he said but what preceded it just wasn't funny, obviously. It just the fact that the whole thing though is quite unfunny. The whole movie is unfunny, and I suppose that rap song playing when the masses of daddies coming, it was kind of funny. It's like, yeah, you look at us with the things on their backs, and and I don't know, just that guy thought jogging every so often near them. I mean, what was this supposed to be about? Then suddenly, magically, he is going to be a father as well, just because randomly, might as well. I mean, he already knew them, so yeah, whatever. It's very awkward, isn't it? So, and then they had to make some sort of revival video go viral, because why not? It wouldn't be a random comedy movie without a viral video, right? As if somehow all videos always go viral. But anyway, so yeah, it's very, very, one of those things. Yeah, just I don't know. Um, it did, though, it seems, make a profit. That's one thing it did make. It seems, you can bet on people that whether or not something is. I mean, obviously, sure enough, comedy is subjective, but eh, yeah, I'm thinking though it made profit. It made box office. I'm thinking. I mean, people went to watch it specifically because of its name. I'm assuming, just rode on the popularity of the book, I'm assuming, and that's pretty much it. Did make, though, double its budget and a bit more, apparently. And yeah, but I mean, otherwise, though, it wasn't, it didn't have anything unique from most other comedies. And that's the thing, it had, I mean, sure, it had an ensemble cast, but too many people. I mean, they weren't really all needed, honestly, in the end. The whole thing was very long as well, somehow. I mean, an hour and a half is usually the average for many movies. Yeah, usually movies keep on going if there's something else that, like a plot line that really does take a lot of time. This wasn't a plot line, though. This was just random stuff happening. And, just now, I mean, I don't know why I found it funny, but the, that bit when she got very annoyed about the baby being called Henry instead of Henry. I think that I found that the funniest bit. It's not saying much, because there isn't much funnier. I mean, there isn't much that's funny ultimately. So it's not saying much in that sense. But yeah, just one of those things. So, but other than that, there isn't much. It is really funny. Just it's so fairly lukewarm. It's like and like that video that supposedly went viral. Wasn't really funny. It was just yeah, it probably does happen due to hormones and such. So it's kind of pitiful more than funny. But just one of those things. Just I've seen funny. I mean, just with regards to pregnancy, though specifically, I'm not entirely sure. I don't exactly watch many. Generally, though, when there's a pregnancy in a movie, it's kind of annoying, considering I mean, if when there's babies, it's always noisier generally, which is what's annoying specifically. And the pregnancy itself is obviously usually not a noisy affair. And when it comes to what was it, 5 pregnancies or something, at least 4, way too much, way too much. I mean, sure enough, at least nah, way too much. I mean, I suppose just trying to, but as if one isn't enough. And then of course there was a prospect of a mother dying during childbirth, which would have added so much more drama and pathos, suppose pathos at least, to what was already a miscarriage earlier on, and at least it didn't happen. But why did they even tease that? I don't get it. I mean, it wasn't a comedy really. I mean, pregnancies aren't a comedy. So I don't know. It just doesn't work really.